Hello and welcome to Vault Holocron. I'm Jonathan and today we will be discussing Depa Billaba from the prequels. Depa Billaba was a human from the mid-rim planet of Chalacta. Her and her sister are the only two Chalactan Jedi in canon at the moment, although they are just humans, which as you know are found everywhere in Star Wars. Depa Billaba appeared in The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, but not in Revenge of the Sith, although she did have a brief appearance in the Clone Wars Season 7. Anyway, now I've covered the basics, let's get into why Depa Billaba deserves more credit. First, I'm discussing how Depa Billaba trained under none other than Mace Windu. Mace Windu was the second most powerful Jedi on the Council, only beaten by Yoda. If Mace Windu is this powerful, then imagine how powerful of a Padawan he could train. Depa Billaba's master is proof that she herself is also extremely powerful and not to be undermined. Due to her training under Windu, Billaba also learnt the difficult Form 7 which Windu specialised in. Few Jedi ever learnt Vapard, and Windu himself wouldn't teach it to just any Jedi, yet Billaba knows it and can even use it, showing just how great of a Jedi she really is. Next, I'm going to go further into why she is a good Jedi, through her spot on the Jedi Council. This is one of the best roles a Jedi could have, and a testament to Depa Billaba's power as a Jedi. We all know how powerful Yoda, Windu and Kenobi are, and she sat alongside them, so it's safe to assume she was a pretty good Jedi. Now I'm covering her sister, and how she shows Depa Billaba's true strength. To provide background to the sisters' early life, they were both kidnapped by pirates, who killed their parents, and were both rescued by none other than Mace Windu, who brought them into the Order. After such a harsh upbringing, you'd expect the two to be really close, sharing the horrible experience of being held captive and alone. And while how close they were is unknown, especially as attachments are forbidden, I'd say it's not too far a stretch to assume they were at least somewhat close. So why is their relationship important? Well, Depa Billaba's sister, Sala Buddha, fought in the Battle of Geonosis but didn't make it out alive. This would most likely have been a tragic loss for Billaba, but did she give in to the dark or fall from the Jedi way? No. She stayed strong despite it, and this shows just how strong-willed she was. Surprisingly, the loss of Depa Billaba's sister is not the only evidence that she is a strong-willed Jedi. In the Clone Wars, while on a mission at the planet Haran Kal, she ran into none other than General Grievous, and was wounded extremely badly, falling into a coma. She then went through 6 months of constant care, until she finally left her coma and came to a full physical recovery. After an injury like this, you would expect her to be feeling the effects mentally and emotionally for years, and the Jedi Council feared this too, but to their surprise, she was found to have fully recovered completely, even taking her position on the Jedi Council back. This is a clear example of her iron will, and proof that she deserves so much more credit than she gets. Next, I'm covering her survival of a Jedi Temple bombing. That's right, not only did she survive a near-death experience with Grievous, but also made it out of the Jedi Temple bombing. While talking to Caleb Doom, she sensed danger, and saw thermal detonators outside of her quarters. The two of them ran from her quarters quick, and Doom went after the bomber, Seer. Billaba saved Doom, and even managed to prevent the explosion of the bombs. She offered Seer a chance to surrender, but he refused and fought with Billaba until he jumped off of the roof and threw bombs at Billaba and Doom, who managed to survive the attack. This is a clear show of Depa Billaba's power, and her ability to protect. Next, I'm covering the time Depa Billaba had a rematch with General Grievous. Depa Billaba was on a mission on Mygeeto, and had been fighting off battle droids in a big battle. They had returned to a base camp, but were attacked by Grievous and the Temple bomber, Seer. Billaba had to fight Grievous for a second time. This time she fought hard and managed to cut off 2 of Grievous's hands, but Grievous still managed to wound her, leaving her in a weak state. Despite this, she fought on with all of her strength she had left, until Doom, Grey and Styles came to her aid, forcing Grievous to retreat. Billaba was put in a Bacta tank and fully recovered from her injuries after the battle. In this fight she had performed so much better than before, dealing decent damage to Grievous and taking less damage herself. This shows that Depa Billaba had been even better at recovering mentally than seen before, as she could not only face Grievous again, but also used her past battle to fight so much better. This shows that Depa Billaba is a powerful Jedi. Now I'm covering a really cool fact of Depa Billaba. She actually managed to sense Order 66. As the event was happening, she had just started meditating, and in her meditation, she saw visions of the deaths of Jedi Masters, including Ki-Adi-Mundi, Aayla Secura, and Plo Koon. She then showed this vision to Caleb Dume, warning him, and then she was on her feet with her lightsaber ignited, before the clones had even aimed at her and Dume. Few Jedi ever managed to sense Order 66, and were unprepared, but Billaba was part of the rare few that sensed the Purge, giving her precious time to prepare for the clones, even if only seconds. Finally, I'm covering her sacrifice for Caleb Dume. So Caleb Dume, who went by the name Kanan Jarrus after the Purge, was Depa Billaba's Padawan. She had taken interest in him due to his questioning nature, and after the Jedi Temple bombing, she decided to take him on as her Padawan. At the end of the Clone Wars, the two were together on a mission on the planet Kala, when Billaba sensed Order 66. And this is where the pair's final moments were spent together. Billaba fought off some clones, but Dume froze up with shock. She defended him and brought him to his senses, and he helped her fight off clones, but she realised it was no use. The whole clone battalion would be attacking them, and block off every exit. There was no way of winning. Billaba ordered Dume to run, and that she'd be right behind him, although she knew she wouldn't be. The clones started firing at Dume, and she grabbed the attention of the clone Styles, leaving her vulnerable to Grey. The clones then repeatedly fired at her body, but the sacrifice had worked. Dume was safe. This shows how great of a Jedi she was, willing to lay down her life for her Padawan. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you respect Depa Billaba more, and we hope to see you later at Vault Holocron.